Hoobity hoo and how you do? I'm Cami Cam here with you more comic book making tips. Start off with, I'm sorry, comic book club had to come to an end. We had some scheduling conflicts, but that doesn't mean I'm not here. We're here to make comic books together. So, starting off, hi, how are you? How you been? What is your big question? Put in the comments below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe to stay tuned for more comic book content. Picking right up where we left off from last time, you've got your idea for your comic. Now it's time to outline. You can skip outlining if you want to, but from my experience and several others, when you skip the outline, you end up with holes, plot holes. You end up backing yourself into a corner where how do you get out of it? How do you continue your story? Then you end up with an unfinished project because where's your story going? We don't know. It's really important if you're doing something that's serial or you have to connect to an overall arc of your story. So, to begin, there are different formats that you can use for writing your outline. The main focus is taking your idea and asking questions on how do you build. A great way to start is with what I call the story skeleton. This I have as a printable available on my Ko-fi, and I'm going to go over the steps. So, number one, once upon a time, who and what your story is about. I'm currently working on a new comic and revising an old one, but first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna introduce my character to my reader. Why they're significant, who they are, and what's going to happen to them. That's at part two. Every day, this is their daily routine. This is a part of their life. You want to build up a connection with your readers of the story of, how they live in, what's going on. Give us backstory so that we can be invested and care about who they are. Number three, until one day. This is the event that propels them into the story. In Pug and Cat, Pug, we've introduced them. Pug starting a new job in a new city, new life, all of that. Everything's new. On their way to work, they see a cat in a tree. This is installed in a human anthropomorphic. That's the word I'm looking for. Anthropomorphic world of animal humanoid characters. And this cat in the tree is what propels our story. In the story that I'm reprising, Noodle's Destiny, it starts off with this guy, he's got a great life, and next thing you know, he loses it all. And that is where our story really takes place. This is really the heart of the story, is building up to the climax. You're pulling people in, you're intensifying the story. Like in Goldilocks and the Three Bears. The girl goes in the woods, she finds a house. She's opening the door. She goes in the cottage. She eats the porridge. She breaks the chair. She takes a nap. And then what happens? The bears come home while she's sleeping. And you can tell the story from different perspectives. The overall focus is pulling the reader into the story to build it up to our climax. Ultimately, in the title, Goldilocks and the Three Bears, we already established Goldilocks and who she is. She's a criminal. And the three bears, we introduce them at the climax. Now you've got three bears and a girl in a house. What's going on? Or other type stories. Pug and Cat. I'm not going to reveal it, but Pug and Cat, what is the precipice, the mountaintop, the apex of their friendship? What is the defining thing that makes them friends? Or in Noodle Destiny, you have the guy who lost everything. Where is the point where he's starting to get it back? So you want to build up to this high point, and then we're gonna gently come down. Okay, we're gonna tone it down. We're gonna be easy. We're gonna be gentle. All right. So what happens next with Goldilocks and the Three Bears? She goes from sleeping peacefully in a stolen bed to waking up surrounded by vicious predators who are freaking out because there's a stranger in their house who's sleeping in their child's bed, breaking and entering, call the cops. Or another story, it's that final point of, like, the one about the boat, and they own the boat, and the boat is sinking, And next thing you know, it's only me and you. We're gonna be together. But what happens? He freezes in the ocean. She gets rescued. He dies, unfortunately. And yada, yada, yada. Now she's an old lady retelling the story. So overall, you're bringing people up. We're going to let them down gently in whatever kind of fashion you see fit. And that's a good structure to follow. So just go over again. Once upon a time and every day until one day. And because of that, you want to do that because of that 3 times, just reiterating or following through like dominoes. Because she ate the porridge, she wanted to sit down. Because she wanted to sit down, she was tired. So then she took a nap. And so on and so forth. Until finally, the bears come home. And this is our following action. The bears see the porridge eaten. The bears see the chairs broken. The bears find her in the bed. That's where we get to our. Since that day, the bears locked the door. Since that day, Goldilocks don't be going to people's houses no more. And lastly, you can add this if you want to, but you have a moral, a theme, or an epilogue. How did the story play out? What is the lesson that you're trying to convey? And that's where you can always tie back to your main idea or leave it open-ended, because what happened later? Maybe we have thought I was about to be interrupted, but in Goldilocks and the Three Bears, in different versions, you have Goldilocks runs home to her parents. In the recent Puss in Boots adaptation, the caveat, Goldilocks is adopted by the bears. It's okay. I'm a mom. It's gonna happen. I'm a mom. You're a you. Life be happening, but we continue. So that's our story of Skeleton that you can get at my Ko-fi to download and use to help you. Now, there are other methods that you can use, and it's really just stretching out your idea. What's the main point? Introducing those characters and doing a kind of like an improv play, if you will, where because of this happens. And as you write and formulate your outline, you want to keep it simple to 1 to 2 sentences each for each plot point that you go to until you get from how you want to see their day-to-day life play out. And keeping it short and sweet, and then later you'll go back and build on it. Outlining is something that's supposed to be helpful and not harmful. And so the biggest tip to get it done, sit down. Sit down with you and your idea and go for it. And then take a step back and get some questions answered. Why does this character do that? Why was she in the woods in the first place? What is Goldilocks doing in them woods? Or other things like, why does Pug start a new job? Why did he move to a new city? Why is a cat in a tree? So there are a lot of questions that you can ask. And I feel, for me, I use question asking to reveal parts of my character and my story that I haven't found out yet. So outlining is a great way to formulate and build up and prepare for actual script writing, which we'll touch on next time. This is Cami Cam. Please like, share, and subscribe. Comment on how you outline your stories, and I can't wait to see you next time. Stay tuned, stay blessed. Bye.